Hi there, Tim Schwieger here at NAB 2010, and we have a celebrity amongst us. We have with
that
us,
would be you.
No, that is you, my friend. Steve Church, president of Telos, Omnia. What else do you have? Axia. This man has created a huge dynasty of fantastic equipment, but this year is really, really special, even more so because it's the year that Steve will be honored with the Engineering Lifetime Achievement Award here at NAB. Congratulations.
It's actually not lifetime.
It's not lifetime?
Nope, it's just the Engineering Achievement Award. And I have no idea for what achievement. They don't tell you that.
Well, congratulations, though. That is quite an honor.
Certainly it is.
And certainly deserving to a wonderful individual such as
Why,
yourself.
thank you, Tim.
How long has, when you started Telos, how long have you been in business?
It was 1985.
1985.
Yeah, 1985.
And you first started by telephone hybrids, basically became your stock and trade business.
Well, it was. That
Yes,
was what started
yes.
the company.
Right.
That was the first product for the company and the last one that I entirely designed myself because I was, at that time, the company.
Right.
And it was to solve a real problem that I had myself, which was I was working for an FM station and doing a call-in talk show, and we were out in the suburbs. We had the world's worst telephone lines, and it sounded bad every time we went to the phones. And the program director was starting to complain, "Hey, we got to think about this. Maybe we shouldn't be having a show like this because the phones sound so bad." So I was pretty strongly motivated to try to do something about it, and so that caused a series of events which led to the design of the Telos 10. Fortunately, it was a problem that not only I was having it in my small station, but it was WFBQ in Indianapolis, by the way, for those who are keeping score at home. So we had that problem there, but it was really everywhere. I mean, everyone was having troubles with phones. And then it was right around the time also that AT&T wanted to get out of the providing radio stations with telephone equipment business. They were making these things and took up 2 equipment racks and cost hundreds of dollars, if I remember, per month to lease. And they even at the hugely exorbitant rates they were charging, they weren't making enough money to make it worth their while.
Right.
And it was this was 85. Started the project in 84, so that was right when if you remember back to that time, it was when the Bell system was broken up and all of that. And they really wanted to get out of that business of providing radio station, the specialty stuff. I mean, they were hand built. It was designed by some guys at Western Electric in New Jersey, as far as I know. And each one was hand built. And so they were very expensive to build them, maintain them, and so on. And can you imagine your typical telephone installer, called out to a radio station to try to fix one of these custom things with, binders of schematics and everything. And by the way, the audio, listen to this, audience out there, wherever you are. Here's a little secret tidbit that I'm revealing for the first time. Inside this fancy equipment from AT&T that they're charging hundreds of bucks a month to rent, inside, for the audio part, was one of those old 4A speakerphones. If you opened all the, took out all the shelves of relays and vacuum tubes, every capacitors and everything, and pulled aside the bundles of cables and everything, what you saw at the heart of the thing, the beating heart, was a 4A speakerphone sitting on a shelf inside the rack. So, despite the fact that it cost all this money and looked very sophisticated and fancy, racks of equipment and everything, and sounded very sophisticated too. I mean, those relays made a lot of noise when they were pushing the buttons. It was, in fact, not very sophisticated in terms of its audio. It was a very simple. And inside the 4A speakerphone, once you tear that down and look what's inside there, was a Motorola chip that they made for speakerphones generally. So that was really the core of this thing. So I thought, hey, here's the era of DSP is upon us and everything. I thought I could do better than that. And sure, it would be cheaper than the few $100 a month that the phone company was charging. And sure enough, it worked out that way. I built one for myself, and kind of caught on. I mean, it's kind of a friend of a friend of a friend, discovery of it. And the first ones I sold were only to people I knew, pretty much. To Frank Foti in New York was one I remember, and then to a guy at NBC who was charged with making the phones on Talk Network. So that gave me a certain kind of status too. That I could point to. Somebody said, "Well, you're a tiny little company. It's just you, right?" And well, yeah, right. What can you point to? Any reference? Installation? Well, how about NBC TalkNet? And usually that kind of shut them up and set the frame for the guy probably can make something that works. So, yeah, that's what started the company.
We've been, I'll tell you, being a dealer of the Telos' products for as long as we have, I've just got to say it's the products that you have designed and have brought through the years, starting from your hybrids and then on to your ISDN. I remember when ISDN first started and just going through that, how you had to virtually educate the phone company on ISDN and getting into the digital domain. Telos was the first company coming out with this here, where I remember doing broadcasts, literally around the world. You made that possible with that technology. It's amazing what you did to develop that, and I think the industry is just absolutely grateful for the technology that you've come up with on the phone side, especially. So.
That was the first product in the world to use MP3 too.
That's right.
And,
that's right.
Kind of opened the. Well, it's a long story, and out of respect for your for your time, I'm not going to tell the story here. But it was the use of MP3 in that broadcast product that ultimately led to the widespread use of MP3 on the internet for music and portable players and everything that's happened since, which led to the iPod, of course. So that one is a pretty interesting story as well.
Are you back residing in the United States? Or
I'm living in Cleveland again.
Oh, you are. Yeah. Because I know you were out of the country for a while and having your software coded outside the country.
Oh no, we have a team
Teams
working
over there
in Europe, sure, and I was there
yes.
For about a decade, setting up that group and directing that office. And then more recently, I decided to divide my time more evenly,
right,
with more time here in the U.S. So I still get back there, of course, but
right.
I'm spending a lot of time in the U.S. now as well.
So are you still involved in designing day-to-day and on new products?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I would say, I'm not at the level I once was. At one time I was, the Telos 10 and the Zephyr and so forth, I was actually writing code, DSP code and so forth. That's pretty low-level stuff.
Right.
I haven't done that for a while.
Right.
Oh, actually, the Telos 1 was the last product I did that on. I did write the code for the Telos 1 and did most of the hardware design too.
Oh, man.
But I haven't done that for a long time. So all the products that have come out since, I'm at the level of supervising people who are doing this work, and I'm not doing it myself.
Right. Well, you have a wonderful team. You have a wonderful company. And again, I would like to, on behalf of us at BSW and then everyone here in the industry, we owe you a great gratitude on the products that you have brought to the industry. And congratulations to you on your NAB Engineering Award.
Well, thank you. It's been an amazing ride, and I'm very grateful of everything that's happened, really. It's been great.
Thank you. All right.